Hello and welcome back to Obscure Jewels, where I'm your host, Crayola Coaster, as well as your narrator. Today we will be reading Fred and Ted's Road Trip by Peter Eastman. So as always, if you have a copy, please grab your copy and let's read together. Fred and Ted were going on a road trip. Ted packed the lunch, Fred packed the tools. They drove away, Ted drove on the road. Fred drove on the grass. They came to a big mud puddle. Fred drove into it. Ted drove around it. They stopped at a water hose. Ted was clean. Fred was dirty. Ted turned on the water. He stayed dry. Fred got wet. They came to a log. Fred drove over it. Ted drove under it. They stopped to have a picnic. Ted carried the lunch. Fred spread the blanket. They sat down to eat. Ted felt one drop. Fred felt 2 drops. It started to rain. Ted ran to his red car. Fred ran to his green car. Ted drove in the rain. Fred drove out of the rain. They drove in the desert. Ted was cool. Fred was hot. They ran over some cactus. Fred got a flat tire. In the toolbox, Ted found the pump. Fred found the spoon. Ted pumped. Fred found apples. Ted pumped and pumped and pumped. Fred found bread and milk and a pineapple. Fred went up and up and up. Fred called for help from up in the air. Ted raced to help down on the ground. The bird stayed up. Fred went down. Back at home, safe and sound, did they finish their picnic? Yes, they did. Ted had a sandwich. Fred had a hard-boiled egg and a pickle. The end. And that was Fred and Ted's Road Trip by Peter Eastman, narrated and hosted by yours truly, Crayola Coaster. And as always, thank you all for joining in, tuning in, signing up, suggestions, referrals, interactions, comments, all the above. And then always, until next time, always and forever, keep reading. Thank you. Bye.